A life dedicated to the study of the occult arts and alchemy, of that invisible world that spills over into the visible one, our own. A strong, free personality, as fascinating as she was controversial. Madame Blavatsky was the mother of the Theosophical Society, founded in 1875, an organization that through knowledge of sacred texts searched for the intimate truth hidden behind everything, by means of personal insight often resulting in clairvoyance. An ambiguous figure who was the subject of criticism throughout her life. Often accused of being a mad visionary, Madame Blavatsky was always true to herself and laid the groundwork for various religions and movements such as Neoplatonism, Gnosticism and mystery schools. It all began in 1831 with the birth of Helena Petrovna Hahn, who would later be known worldwide as Madame Blavatsky. She was born in Yekaterinoslav, then in Russia, August 12, 1831. Helena Petrovna Hahn, a very peculiar child who demonstrated from an early age extrasensory abilities, which would lead her to embark on an unconventional path, especially for a woman of the time, the study of the occult. She was the eldest child of Russian Imperial Artillery Commander Colonel Peter Hahn von Rottenstern, a descendant of the old Prussian nobility of Mecklenburg who had emigrated to Russia. At the age of 8, Helena's family moved to Saratov on the Volga, where her grandfather Fediev was governor of the province. On July 6, 1842, at age 28, Helena's mother died of tuberculosis, leaving 3 orphans: Helena, Vera, and Leonidas. From then on, their education was entrusted to their maternal grandmother, Princess Helena Pavlovna Dolgorukova Fedeva, a descendant of the oldest Russian nobility. Even before the age of 15, Helena proved particularly gifted and, as a self-taught scholar, read all the books on magic, alchemy and occultism she could find in her grandfather's library. She married at a very young age to a man much older than her, the deputy governor of Yerevan province, Nikifor von Blavatsky, from whom she took the surname she never changed, even after her husband's death. Her many travels around the world were indispensable for her education and the nurturing of her free and independent nature. Very young, she pushed herself alone into impervious and distant regions, India, Tibet, and the Himalayan mountains, where she came into contact with mysterious masters, evolved men from whom she received the initiatory teaching that she later codified into the basic principles of Theosophy. Foremost among them were the concepts of universal brotherhood, reincarnation and karma, and evolution through life experiences. The great merit of H.P. Blavatsky and her successors is that of having discovered for the West, and to a great extent also for the East, as Gandhi himself recognized, the great Indian philosophical religious tradition, which had long fallen into oblivion, of having worked in favor of Indian social and cultural development, of having promoted spiritual awakening in an age marked by materialism. The Theosophical movement, from which Rudolf Steiner and Krishnamurti also took their cue and to which great scholarly personalities adhered, spread widely throughout the world despite accusations that its founder was involved and which have now been proven to be totally unfounded. There was no shortage of friendships with prominent figures, the most important certainly being the Anglo-Indian initiate Rajput, who steered her toward the theosophical path. After further travels, Madame Blavatsky landed in New York, where she gathered interesting personalities under her mystical wing, the American lawyer and esotericist Henry Steele Olcott and the occult philosopher William Quan Judge. It was with them that Madame Blavatsky founded her Theosophical Society in 1875. A society destined to stand as a conduit between science and mysticism. Specifically, the founder sets out to form a nucleus of universal brotherhood of humanity, without distinction of race, creed, sex, caste, or color, to encourage the comparative study of religions, philosophies, and sciences, to investigate the unexplained laws of nature and the latent powers in man. Madame Blavatsky was a prolific writer. Most famous are two of her writings that summarize, so to speak, her studies: Isis Unveiled, divided into 2 volumes, and The Secret Doctrine, now divided into 8 volumes. Not light readings then, but complex works written to open the minds of all those who want to go a step further. Follow us for more videos and turn on notifications.